I was thinking, people say this all the time, so now what? I've been doing what I've been doing for, decades. It's what I have to do. Now, when do I get a chance to do what I want to do?
Well, and that's what we do here at Omega Wealth Private Capital. We help you get from the I have to's to, wow, I get to.
I'm Brad Johansson.
And I'm Joe Wilson, and welcome to another edition of Wise Money.
So glad you are with us on Wise Money. Brad Johansson, Joe Wilson III, Omega Wealth Private Capital.
Speaking of OH.
I-O.
You're looking rather scarlet and gray. I love that suit and tie.
Well, I mean, we both had kids that went to OSU, so.
How firm thy friendship. Ohio.
Could you sing the whole song if you had to?
No way. I would need words.
I can't sing the whole song.
Our kids could.
I can't help but notice that you have brought a snack on board today. We're glad you're with us, by the way. Thanks for being with us here on Wise Money. And Joe does have snacks.
Well, sometimes I get hungry, buddy.
It appears to be breakfast snacks.
It's a biscuit.
Biscuit. Yeah.
I wish they were grandmas. I wish they were moms.
Whose were better, grandmas or moms?
Moms.
Really?
My grandmother would smack me if she heard me say that. I mean, they're very close.
Yeah, but the idea of us as parents is to make our kids better. So grandma made mom a better biscuit maker.
South Texans, my Lord. What amazes me with a good biscuit, now these are fake. These are like, store. I mean, they're not fake. They're real. I'm going to eat one. I'm going to eat one here in a second. But they're not like homemade. You know what I mean? Store-bought. We had homemade. A little buttermilk. Had a little flour. My favorite ingredient, lard. If you eat those, we mentioned this last show, if you eat those separately, they're disgusting. Flour is not good.
No, it's not.
No one goes in and gets a spoonful of, a snack, I'm going to have a spoonful of flour.
Yeah, there's no taste to that.
And buttermilk is not very great. It's a little sour when you drink it. And my God, if you're eating lard, you mix it all together. That's a biscuit. That's what financial planning can be like to some folks. We're going to talk today about something that you don't like to talk about. Many of you. Why? Because we sit down with you on a regular basis. We have to talk about a legacy. You've amassed so much money, and many of you want that to go to the next generation or an institutional that you love. But how you structure your financial planning will determine how successful that goes on to the next generation. And so, we have to talk about hard things. We're going to start on this show talking about it. We're going to have to drink a little buttermilk. We're going to pull out a little lard. We're going to have to mix a little flour. We're going to have to mix it together. But I promise you, when you have a financial plan that's complete, you know where you're going to get your income. You understand your hidden investment risk and where you need to have investment take growth. When you understand your hidden tax debt, the godforsakenness of the growing tax bill. When you have that adjusted for, those what-if moments. Yeah. The asset preservation, where am I going to go to get money when things are bad? How do I have a long-term care plan? We'll touch on that a little bit on this show today. And then you come to legacy planning. That is so important because how you structure assets and how you leave them can make a huge difference. But you have to go through a little bit of mixing. But if you do it, you won't want to eat? I'm going to do it at break. You talk. I'm going to eat.
This brings me to the idea, and I have said this before, that the legacy plan that we go through ends up being for a lot of you the tail that wags the dog.
Yeah.
I don't need to do this. I don't have a legacy. I have a house, I have a yard, I have a car. I don't really have that much, so I don't need to worry about a legacy. And yet, if you have any of those things, you have already created a legacy. And the thing is, you have no idea when this is going to happen.
Boy, talk about that.
We say it in the workshops all the time. Hey, folks, just before we start, if you can tell us when you're going to die, we can create a perfect retirement plan for you. And yet none of us have the crystal ball that's working. So trying to figure out what if before what if happens is part of that plan. And if you think that your legacy is only after you're gone, that may be the biggest mistake that we're making, Joe.
I love that. Hey, think about this. The current gift tax, when you look at gift tax or gift available that you can give while you're living, it's $19,000. That's huge. So many financial advisors don't talk about that. Wall Street doesn't talk about that. Why? Probably because they haven't figured out a way to monetize it yet. I think you should know that that younger generation is hurting. And some of you all saved a lot of money. You're thinking, how do I give that to them while I'm living? Well, I can give $19,000 to Bree. I can give $19,000 to Joe. Ange could give $19,000 to Bree. Ange could give $19,000. B. Joe, I could give $19,000 to you. My wife, Ange, could give $19,000 to you. There are ways to pass on wealth, yea, even now, and help people, but I just don't think so many financial plans even address this and talk about it. And that's what we're doing the show about and trying to help. You must have a legacy plan because when mix this together, the biscuit can be pretty good. You mentioned earlier that people don't need, or maybe you don't feel that you have enough, and you don't feel like, well, maybe do I have enough that I need to worry about this? I challenge you on that. You have kids, hear me right now. Many folks have their spouse as the beneficiary. And then you have what's called a contingent beneficiary. If something happens to both of you together, then it goes to the next. If I give that to my daughter, Bree, and Bree gets married, sorry, Bree, I'm using you as an object lesson. What is the percentage of marriages right now that end in divorce?
It's about 50%.
Flipping a coin. Buddy, I worked hard for what I have. You worked hard for what you have. 30, 40 years of work. You probably want that to be going to the family, not to give half of it away. God forbid if your kid's marriage splits up. That's legacy planning. There's ways to keep that from happening. And wealthy families, and even families that just have this understanding, absolutely do that day in and day out. Why aren't you? I can tell you why. We don't talk about it. I talk about it in this book. We talk about it in our offices. You need to understand how all of this mixes together so you can have yourself a good biscuit.
And the idea, which I brought up, did Grandma do it better? Did Mom do it better? Is we're looking for the next generation to be able to be provided with the tools to be able to do it better. Joe talked about it in the book. We've given away more than 3,000 of these for free. Yes, we'll ship it to you. You scan the QR code, put it in your address, and we'll send this book out to you that deals with your income, that deals with the volatility of the market and why that may need to change as you enter the red zone of retirement, that deals with your asset preservation to try and figure all of this out. How do I keep more of my own money? The taxes that I need to strategize for, and if you're going to use it as the tail that wags the dog, your legacy plan. But your legacy is built right now. How do we help you build that right now within a plan that is the 5 agreements to be and stay retirement ready? We'll put together a retirement readiness program for you that includes all of these things. And it may look like all you've got is lard right now. It may feel really bitter that you're having buttermilk that you've got to drink on right now. And it may feel like there's flour all over the place that you've got to clean up because this is your junk drawer of financial ingredients that you haven't been able to put together to make that beautiful retirement plan. That's why you might need some help. How do we do that for you? Call the number on your screen. If you're in Indianapolis or in Kentucky or you're in Ohio and you've said, you know what, I've been watching. It's fun to watch your show. It's fun to watch Joe eat biscuits. It's fun to be able to put some of these things because it's real. The idea is this is really tough to do. It's why so many people fail at retirement is trying to put a retirement plan together that works for you. Someday I'm going to call. Or one day I'm going to do this. How about you make this day one? Make the call now for your retirement plan that's going to work. We'll come back and bake a few more biscuits.
Oh, we're going to talk about how not to burn the biscuit. Here, catch this. Eat you one. We're going to break.
We're going to break.
Boom shakalaka.
All right. We'll be right back.
There's a retirement tax trap that not too many people are talking about. Want to learn about it? We'll share on Wise Money next.
My grandfather was an old Texan cowboy oil man. I remember him telling me, you can only worry about the things you can control. Never worry about the things you can't control. The election's going to happen every 4 years. Every 2 years, we're going to vote different folks in on the Hill. We call it legislative risk. It's the beautiful structure of our government. We vote folks in and out, and every 2 years, the power on the Hill shifts. So change is constant. It's the certainty of uncertainty. You have to recognize that because we're planning it over 30 years. So how do we as advisors take that uncertainty and create a plan? And the fact is, we have to control what we can control. You can't control how much risk you're taking. Do you have hidden risk inside the portfolio? What about the tax debt? What kind of income plan do you have structured that's going to go along with Social Security, or what if Social Security isn't there in the form that it is currently? If we can control those measures, it doesn't really matter who's in the White House or who's on the Hill. Because now when it comes to the financial planning of your life, we've taken that variable out because we have something that is certain, because it is a very uncertain world. Control what you can control. Remember the game Space Invaders? Little ships falling down the screen and you're moving left and right, trying to fire back, just trying to make sure they don't catch you. You clear one row and here comes another wave and you start to feel the pressure and worrying, oh my goodness, am I gonna be able to survive this level of the game? That's exactly how retirement can feel to you if you don't have a plan. What happens when taxes and inflation and economic events and your market volatility hits you and your portfolio? It feels the same way. Many times they just keep coming one after the other. And a lot of times the game is just like retirement. You don't even know where your hidden risks are. One bad move and boom, game over. I talk about this in chapter 2 of this book, understanding where your hidden risk in your current plan could be hiding and jeopardizing your retirement future. You can't defend against what you can't see. And unlike Space Invaders, where you get extra lives in retirement, you get one shot to get this right. Don't wait for the next wave of attacks to hit. Why don't you take a few minutes right now and go to owquiz.com. Get an idea of where you are and start uncovering those hidden risks that could be lurking in your retirement plan. These are so good, dude. I love it.
Excuse me while I have a biscuit.
So good.
Brad Joe, it's Joe Wilson Wise. These are really.
Hey, when you eat biscuits, do you like it with like honey or butter, or what do you put on it?
I'm a sweet tooth. You know I'm a sweet tooth. So I would probably, I'm not, Colleen's a huge biscuit person. You're a big biscuit person.
Oh, yeah.
I've never had this biscuit. And we had these here quite a bit, and I've never had it.
Here's what I love.
Really good.
My grandfather brought back a memory. We would eat South Texas. We'd have biscuits. We always had to save. The last one was saved for Poppy. Poppy, he was a savory guy. I'm going somewhere with this. Hang on. There'd be some bacon grease. He always pulled out molasses, dark molasses. He'd pull that molasses right on there, and then he'd mop up that grease, and that's how he finished his breakfast. He liked the savory. To have a legacy plan, you have to save something to give to the next generation. Let me tell you where a lot of families right now are failing, because they're burning the biscuit. When you look statistically, hear me, 65-year-old married couple, there's a 70% chance, 70% chance, that you're going to have to spend some time in some type of long-term care facility, whether that's for a few weeks because of a surgery, whether that's a few months to heal up, whether that's several years because there's some cognitive issues and some health issues. That can wreck a financial plan. That can burn the best of biscuits. You could be eating your biscuits and feeling good. You've been retired 10, 15 years, or you're getting ready to retire. You saved all this money. And the impact that could have if you don't plan for it. I talk about it in this book, chapter 3, asset preservation.
Yeah.
Here's what I want you to understand. Burning a biscuit, you have 3 options if, God forbid, the healthcare bomb goes off in your plan. Number 1, you can self-pay. If you have enough money, you can do that. Number 2, you go on the government's plan. That's the default plan. Just as legacy planning, there's a default plan in testate if you don't take care of proper wills and trust. And the state will decide what to do with your legacy. This is not a good option. This is how you burn biscuits. We have seen people completely wiped out because they had done the right thing. They had saved in the right accounts. They had managed their money. They had done a great job set for retirement, and a disaster happened. Here's what the Medicaid spin downs are in 2026. Hear me right now.
I hate to hear these numbers.
If you're going to the nursing home, you have an asset limit of $2,000.
$2,000.
You have to spin that down.
Yeah.
Now, the spouse, if that happened to me, Angela, she would be able to keep $162,660. We'd have to spend down all those assets on the snapshot date when I went in, and I'd have to go down to $2,000, and Angela could keep that. But here's what's amazing. I'd be able to have a little bit of money coming in, but that would go probably to help pay for care. But Angela would only be allowed to keep a little over $4,000 a month. That is a wipeout. That is burning biscuits. And the fact of the matter is, many of you right now have the ability to make sure that never happens, but we don't talk about it. It's one thing to do everything right, but part of legacy planning is making sure you have money that can go and create legacy planning. And to do that, you can't burn the biscuits by just ignoring the medical time bombs that could be happening. Home health care, on average, $76,000 a year in our area. $76,000.
That's average.
And that's not actual, because they vary. How about this, assisted living? I checked on this. I went around my area and did a research on this one Friday afternoon, because we're just seeing the numbers spike. And I wanted to know. It's my job. I'm passionate about it. And we're helping people be and stay retirement ready. We kind of got to know what this looks like. It's a beautiful place, assisted living. Gorgeous. I said, can I have your pricing? Showed it to me. Your apartment living and your meals and food, it's just under $70,000 a year. Oh, this comes with nursing care? Well, kind of. Then there's these levels of how much medicine do you need and how much care do you need and how much this. It quickly started to ramp up into the $90,000 and $95,000 a year. The average time someone's going to spend, if that happens, is almost 2.5 to 3 years. That's $300,000. Like that.
Yeah.
That can wreck some personal financial plans. You have to go into the nursing home, you're averaging starting around $109,000, $110,000. This is an area, many of you, we got to raise the alarm. Because as good as the biscuits are now, they don't taste like that if they stay in the oven and they get burnt. And this is a way to burn the biscuit.
It is within the book. It's part of asset preservation, which is chapter 3 within the book. Yours for free. The idea is, and we say it all the time, we're educators first. You scan the QR code, we'll send it out to you. And it is educating to the point of then doing something about it. So I want to push you on this, on a legacy plan of not having the tail wag the dog. I'm going to put up a number. So if you're in Indy or you're in Kentucky or you're in Ohio, and you're trying to put this recipe together that's actually going to work, and you say, I'm going to leave that till the end. I'm going to leave out an ingredient that doesn't make it work. Effectively, I'm going to burn the biscuit. Why would you wait if somebody is there for you to say, we have the perspective of doing this hundreds and thousands of times, to say your retirement can be the one that you want it to be?
That's true.
And maybe it's Grandpa soaking it all up.
Oh, Poppy loved that, man. Last biscuit of the morning.
Last biscuit of the morning. So that you can just relish in, holy cow, maybe this is my miracle that 30 years later, I listened and I put the whole thing together. Thank you. Happy to have the thank you. But the joy is in you relishing and soaking up all of that you have.
Poppy lived to 92 and left his family an amazing legacy. Eating biscuits and sopping up the grease with molasses. I'm sorry, why am I talking? I'd rather eat. Very good.
It's rude to talk while you eat. We'll be right back.
What is the number one fear around those entering retirement and just having retired? What is it?
The number one fear is that you're going to run out of money before you die.
We have a window right now where there's some amazing tools where we can disinherit the IRS from that pot of money. So many times you've been saving and doing things, and that might be the right tool for that season. So when's the best time to prepare for rain? When it's sunny out.
When it's sunny.
You don't wait till it's storming. 2001, 2002, 2020. We go back through here the last couple of decades. There's going to be bad times in the market. Well, where do you go to get your income? Your retirement cannot sustain that. The only way those work out is if you retire and there are several good years right after you walk out of the office. You have to control what you can control, and you cannot control what happens in the markets. You get one shot at retirement, and if you're missing one of these agreements, that can crush you. You cannot go into distribution years with the same tools and hope. That's not a plan.
You remember your first move? Could have been 40 years ago when you entered that job that now has taken you to this point where you're thinking about retirement, and you've been accumulating with an advisor who's helped you one step at a time. But the game is different now. This is no longer checkers. This is chess. This is protect the king at all costs. All the income that you have amassed, all the savings that you've worked for. As a famous coach once said, you play to win the game. So if you can now control the middle of the board, the 5 years going into, and then the 5 years into retirement, now you can control the end of the game. But there are different tools. Rather than just accumulation, you now have distribution. Are you using all the tools to protect your income, your asset preservation, and your legacy down the road? At Omega Wealth Private Capital, we understand the game. We understand how important it is. And so we will use every tool at our disposal to help you win the game. After all, it's your money. It's your retirement. You only want to do this once. Don't you want to win?
Glad you're with us. Brad Johansson, Wise Money with Joe Wilson III, as he takes a sip. He's finished his biscuit. I am savoring.
We have
savoring.
3 more, Bubba. I'm going to need more insulin if we keep eating this.
I don't even know where to tell you to go to get these, but they're fantastic.
But let's talk about this, because we're talking about the buttermilk and
putting all the ingredients
lard,
together.
and just sometimes it just doesn't taste good on its own, but when it's together, it's the comfort of knowing I have this done. I think it's important just to even look at how you have your accounts structured right now. Many times when people go, do I need a will or do I need a trust?
Yeah.
I think it depends. I think there are things, now listen, I'm not an estate attorney, hear me. And I did not stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Boom.
But, nicely done.
Rim shot.
But I think a lot of things can be handled by just titling accounts correctly. You have a joint account or transfer on death in your checking account, something happens to you, the spouse can, they've got it. If it's just in your name, a little bit more issues. Let's talk a little bit about the difference between a will. Let's talk a little bit of the difference about a trust. Let's talk about beneficiaries. The beneficiaries that you have a beneficiary on account, that will trump anything in the will. Trust, that's where the money goes. How do we know that? We've seen disasters to where folks have been married and not done a beneficiary review and they got divorced. And 20 years later, that ex-spouse is still on that as the beneficiary. Yeah. And guess who's going to get the money?
The ex.
Nay. It's a problem. So let's understand that just handling how we're setting up our accounts, having a beneficiary review, so much can be done with that. What's the biggest difference between a will and a trust? Let's talk about this a little bit. Number one, the will is it's going to have to go through probate. Many people don't realize that. Probate court, it's the state, it's death court.
Public.
It's public. It's not private. If you got a nosy neighbor, they're going to know whatever they want to know about you. I think that's an issue. It can be contested. You know, maybe third cousin on the sister side or whomever says, no, you promised me X, Y, Z. They can contest it. It takes a long time. It's expensive. It is, it's good kind of just giving you an idea of where things should go and some figurines and stuff like that, but I sure want to make it my estate plan. What's a trust? Trust's just another account. It's just another type of an account. But here's what I love about a trust. It can take effect immediately. It skips probate completely. Saves you money there. Saves you time there. I love this. It's private. It's private. It's much harder to contest. You can even manage the assets according to your wishes and plans as you see fit. Those are the differences kind of between the two. And here's my statement to you. You might go, making you think, I don't know what I need. Well, you need to sit down and have a full, comprehensive understanding of here's where I am, here's where I want to be, and here's some potential tracks I can do to get there. That's what we do at Omega Wealth Private Capital. We get you from, man, do I have to do this? I have to do that, but now I get to.
Yeah.
And it is the biscuit.
I want to put the book back out there for you. You can scan the QR code. We'll send it out to you for free. Take advantage of what you have. How many times do we say on this program, take advantage of the rules while you have them? Well, the rules right now are this book is free. We'll send it out to you. I don't know how much longer that's going to last. We're going to send it out, scan the QR code. And then to what Joe said, what are you going to do for yourself? It is making a phone call to say, I would like a retirement readiness plan. Maybe you're saying, I already have an advisor. I've been working with an advisor. They've helped me. I've accumulated a lot. Okay, have they talked about how they're going to change the income plan to create an engine for you? Have they talked about asset preservation? Have they talked about the tax strategy? Have they talked about this legacy plan of the thing that you need to do to make sure that it's going where you want to go while you're here and then after you're gone? And if not, maybe it's just time for a second opinion. So make the call on your screen and just set something up for peace of mind so you get clarity, to create confidence, so you can control your plan and have some comfort. It's your time now, Joe.
My God, I love that. You are passionate. And we are passionate. Why? You get one shot at retirement. You might not want to sit down and go through all this. I get it. I get it. Here's what I promise you. Our team will make this fun and enjoyable. As much as it is drinking buttermilk, much as fun you can have eating some flour and some lard. Individually, they don't taste good. But when you mix it together, boy, throw it in the oven, you can get a good old biscuit. You get one shot at retirement. We can't wait to sit down with you and help you have the retirement of your dreams. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week. I'm having more biscuit.
Go get it.
From tax time bombs to Social Security insecurities, strategic investments that help clean up your junk drawer and keep your income engine running smoothly at Omega Wealth Private Capital. We're fiduciary, independent, holistic wealth advisors, and we're here to turn your have-tos into get-tos. So, would you like your retirement dreams to move from good to great? Give us a call. It's what we do because we really want to. Thanks so much for joining us. Hope to see you in the office. Until then, I'm Brad Johansson. We'll see you next time on Wise Money.